So, hello everyone, welcome back to the new session. So, in the previous session, we have seen how to use grid layout. So, now let us continue with the next layout, that is card layout. So, before going into the details about the card layout class and its constructors, so let us see how a card layout works first. What is the mechanism that is used in card layout? So, if you look at this applet window with a title card layout, so you are able to see this window, right? We have discussed long back in some previous classes about a panel class. So in the AWT hierarchy, we have a class called panel. So at the top you have object. Object has a subclass called component, and component have all these subclasses: container, button, label, checkbox, choice, list, canvas, text, and scroll bar, right? So again, container has a subclasses called window and panel, and we discussed that window will not be used. Instead of window, we'll be using either directly panel or applet class, or we'll be using frame, which is a subclass for window. Directly we'll not be using a window class, but we'll be using a frame class, or we'll be using an applet class. So now with this card layout, we require one more class that is to be used here, and that is nothing but called panel class. So let us see about this panel class first, and then go back to the card layout. So we have discussed about this panel class earlier, but you must have not understood in a proper way, because you can understand about this only when you write a program and see its output. So look at the last point that is mentioned in this slide. What is it saying? A panel is a window, just like an applet window. Using an applet class, you can create an applet window. Using a panel class also, you can create a panel window. But the difference between the applet window and the panel window that we are seeing is, a panel window will not have the title bar, menu bar, or borders. It will not have any borders. We have seen even for applet window also, but for an applet window, what is happening is the applet viewer tool is providing us with all the borders and the menu bar and the title bar. So that's the reason why we were able to see the titles at the top of the window for an applet, and even the borders also are available for that window. But a panel is nothing but which is part of your window, which does not actually have any borders. The borders are not part of actually panel, but they are visible because of that applet viewer tool. So a panel is simply a screen space available which can be embedded into any window, and we can lay any components just like we have laid components in an applet window, AWT components in an applet window. We can also lay AWT components onto a panel window also. The difference is panel will not have any borders or title bar or menu bars, right? So this is the point I want to convey you. Now you'll understand about this panel very well. Let us go back to the another slides. This is showing which is showing you the card layout output, sample output. So if you observe, you have a title bar here, right? So this blue color stretch that you are finding, which is extending from the top left corner till the top right corner. So you are able to see a blue color stretch, right? So on that you have a title called card layout, and on the right side, right corner of this title bar, you have icons for closing this applet window or maximizing this and minimizing to the taskbar. So this stretch is nothing but the title bar, and you are able to see the borders on all the four sides of the window, right? But inside that borders, whatever space is available below this blue color stretch, and uh, not going beyond the four borders, the other three borders. And here at the top, border is covered with this title bar. So after the title bar, whatever space you are able to see in gray color from here till the bottom border, and from the left border till the right border, so this will constitute a a panel class window. Okay, so this is the inside part is nothing but called all that which is appearing in the gray color is nothing but the panel window. So what is the idea behind this card layout is, This card layout, why the name? Let me explain you why the name is given as card layout for this layout manager. You know the card deck, right? You will be playing cards, right? I hope how many, I don't know how many of you know about and use these cards. So you'll be playing at home, right? Not for money, but simply for time pass, right? So if you know, if you take that complete deck of the cards at a time, how many cards will be visible? That means card will be visible in the sense whatever content is present on the card, whether it may be a J, K, or any digits from 1 to 9, 1 to 10. So you'll be able to see some picture on that, and on the top and top left and right corners or at the bottom you will be seeing the card value, right? So how many cards will be visible with that complete picture and the number on it? Only one card will be visible. So when you're looking at the deck of the card from the front on one side, from the front view, only one card will be visible to you. The other cards which are behind the first card will not be visible to us, right? So this is the idea behind this card layout manager. So that means your window will have a single plane, a single panel window containing multiple number of panels above that. But at any point of time, only one panel will be visible to you, and we'll refer to each panel as a card. Just like there are cards in the card deck, and only one card is visible at any point of time, the remaining cards are behind that card. So here also we'll have multiple panels which are included into a single panel, and these multiple among these multiple panels which are included in that single large panel, only one panel will be visible at a time for the user. The remaining panels will be in the background, they'll not be visible. So how to make the other panels to be visible on the screen means you can create some AWT controls in your master panel window, like buttons or check boxes or something, and whenever you click on that button, any that panel which is corresponding to that button, we can link this button with one panel. Say for example, in this example there are four panels, for example. So you can name each panel as first card, second card, third card, and fourth card. So whenever you want to display any of these cards at the top of your panel window, you just have to click on that corresponding button. So if I click on this first card, then if you are able to see in the exactly in the half part of your panel, the master panel, you are able to see one panel, sub panel called card 1. So if we click on the next card, so then you will get another panel displayed, and the first card panel will go into the background. Now the next card will be visible on the screen. Similarly, if you click on previous card, the next card will go into the background and only the previous card will be visible here. So similarly, if you click on last card, the other three cards will go behind into the background and only last card will be visible to you here. So that means what? You have a total master panel is extending from the left border to the right border below this title bar, and not going behind the remaining three borders. And this total panel is divided into two parts. In the first part, we are going to display four different buttons, and in the next part we are going to define one sub panel. So totally you have four sub panels. Out of those four sub panels, in the second half we are going to display any one panel, and which panel to be displayed will be decided by these four buttons. So we will not be writing the program in the same way. We'll be writing a different version of this program, but for your understanding sake I have taken this example layout. Okay, I hope you understood what is the idea behind the card layout manager, right? So card layout manager will be similar to a deck of cards. At any point of time, only one card will be visible to the user. All the remaining cards will be behind that card. So you can decide, you can remove that first card and place it behind so that the next card will be visible. So whichever card you want to be visible, you can bring it from either from the middle or the back or somewhere and put it in front so that that particular card will be visible at that point of time. So in the same way, even the card layout manager also will accommodate multiple panel windows into your applet window, and at a time only one panel window will be displayed. So which to be displayed you can decide by you adding some AWT controls, and whenever you click on those buttons or checkboxes, whatever you want, you can create, right? So we'll be using checkboxes in our program. Okay. Because if you are using more panels, the length of the program will increase. So that's why I want to take only two panels. So two panels will be displayed on the screen. At a time, only one panel will be visible to the user, and we'll be deciding which panel to be displayed based on the user's choice made between two check boxes. So we'll create two check boxes. When you click on the first checkbox, the panel corresponding to the first checkbox will be displayed, and when you click on the second checkbox, then the panel corresponding to the second checkbox will be displayed at the front. So that is what we are going to see in our program now. Okay. So is there any doubt here? Did you understand the concept behind the card layout? So if you understood the concept, then let us go to the program. Okay. So the class name is card layout demo. I'm copying it. Let me execute the program first and show you the output, and then come back to the program. So Java C card layout demo dot Java. Please, someone is speaking. Unmute your audio. So now that you have completed compilation, let us run it by using applet viewer tool. So now look at this window, applet window. Uh, we have created two buttons. Sorry, as per my previous discussion, I said only about checkboxes, right? But we have checkboxes as well as buttons also. I've created two buttons here, Windows and other. So these two buttons corresponds to the concept behind this program is I want to display a list of all operating systems, some list of operating systems, and among those list there are multiple versions of Windows operating systems, and all the other operating systems which are not part of Windows are made into second category. So you have two categories of operating systems. The first category is Windows operating system, second is other categories. Okay. So if you click on Windows, by default Windows will be displayed. So you are able to see four different check boxes, right? Windows XP, Windows XP, sorry, three check boxes. Windows XP is the first one, second one is Windows 7, and third one is Windows 8. So when I click on other button, so the list of check boxes will now change. So what is the list of check boxes now? Android, Solaris, Mac OS. So all the operating, we have taken six different operating systems: Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, and Android, Solaris, and Mac OS. We have put all the first three operating systems which come from Windows into one category, and the remaining three operating systems, that is Android, Solaris, and Mac OS, into another category. Two categories totally, right? So now I want to put all the windows into one panel window, and the remaining three operating systems, Android, Solaris, and Mac OS, into another panel window. So totally what I'm going to do is I'm going to have three panels. First one is a master panel where these two buttons are displayed, and the remaining two panels will display, the first panel will display only Windows operating system, and second panel will display the other operating system. So at any point of time, only one panel will be visible to us. If I click on Windows, the panel, Windows panel, will be displayed, and that Windows panel will display for the checkboxes representing three Windows operating systems, namely Windows XP, Windows 7, and Windows 8. And if I when I click on other, now the Windows panel will go into the background, and the other panel will come into the foreground, and this will display Android, Solaris, and Mac OS. So I hope you understood. How many cards are there for us? Two cards are there. One is Windows card, the other one is other card. So cards are nothing but panels. Panel is nothing but a window which will not have a title bar, a menu bar, and borders. So these panels are part of every window. Applet window contains a panel. Frame window also contains a panel, right? Okay, so now that you understood the concept, let us go and see the program. So what I must do here, I need to create first three panels. The first panel is a master panel which will accommodate the two buttons and display the other two panels. But at any time only one panel will be displayed in the master panel. So whichever button you click, that will be the corresponding panel will be displayed. But by default when you run the program, Windows panel will be displayed. Okay, so look at the class. We need not discuss about these first few lines which are common for all the applet programs. So now I'm defining a class called card layout, which is public, a card layout demo, and extending applet class, and also implementing action listener and mouse listener interface. Why I'm using this listener interface? Because now my program is dependent on event handling. So we need to implement the corresponding event listener interfaces, right? So when you create a button, what type of event will be generated? When you click on that, action event will be generated. So we need to implement the action listener interface. So the first interface that I'm implementing with this class is action listener. And when you use a mouse, we need to implement mouse listener interface. So that's why I'm using implementing mouse listener interface also here. So now it is our responsibility to define all the methods that are part of these two interfaces in our class. Okay, so before that, let us see how to create the panels and how to add uh, all the checkboxes. First panel is related to the Windows operating system, and we need to create three checkboxes for that Windows operating system panel and add those three checkboxes to the Windows panel. Then the second panel, we can name it as others, and to that others panel we need to add three checkboxes: Android, Solaris, and Mac. So altogether we need how many checkboxes? Six checkboxes. So first what I am doing is I'm creating reference variables, six different reference variables for checkbox. So what are those? Namely, for Windows XP I'm creating reference variable called Windows XP. Then second one is Windows 7, third one is Windows 8, and then for other category we are creating Android, Solaris, and Mac. Then we also require the master panel. So to create a master panel, I need to create a reference variable and instantiate for the class panel. So the master panel name I'm giving it as OS cards. Okay, so we are creating a reference variable for the master panel, that is OS cards. Then we require what is the layout that we want to use? Card layout. So we also require a reference variable for card layout class. So the layout class object that I'm creating is card LO. So this is of type card layout class. Then we require two buttons, right? Button, one for Windows, the other one for other operating system. So the name of the labels of the buttons will be, sorry, the name of the button classes objects are WIN win. For others it is simply other. So W is capital and O is capital here. So it is your wish, you can also have small letters there, but I have used capital letters. Then I want to give a font style for all these components, so I'm creating a font reference variable. So now let us instantiate all these reference variables that we have created till now. So that is six checkboxes, one panel reference variable, one card layout reference variable, and two button reference variables, and one font reference variable. So we'll be doing normally these instantiations of all these reference variables in init method, right? So let us go to the init method. So first I'm instantiating the font object. I'm creating the font style as Arial, and the text will be displayed in the plain text, and the size of the text will be with 20 size. Okay, so after completing the instantiation of the font reference variable, now let us go and create buttons. First button is Win, right? So I'm instantiating Windows button with a label Windows inside it. So as such, you have seen in the output of our program, the first button is having Windows inside it as a label. And similarly, the next I'm setting the font for this Windows. Please, somebody is audio is not muted. Please mute your audio. So after creating the Win button, I am setting its font by calling the set font method using that Win object with the font style F. Then we have the second button is other, right? I'm instantiating the other button with its label as other. So in the output you are able to see the other button having a label other inside that button. Then I am setting the font also for this one also to the same font style, because we have only created one font style here, so we have to use only that one. Then I'm adding this Win and other objects. So to whom I'm adding? To my applet window, the master panel. So we have, right? So after that, I'm doing is I'm setting the layout. I have to instantiate the layout manager reference variable also. So card layout, card LO is instantiated with the default version of the card layout constructor. So we have not seen the constructors, right, for the card layout. So let me go to the card layout. So it has two constructors. The first one is a default constructor. Second one has two parameters. Both are of type integers. So the first one will create a constructor with default space between the components, and the second one will create a card layout manager with two different integer values, which are not indicating the amount of space that must be left between the components that are laid in the uh, in your applet window, horizontally as well as vertically, right? So we can specify that. So here I'm not using the second constructor in my program, I'm using the first constructor. So if you go to the next slide in this, you'll be seeing. So where are the cards laid out? They'll be laid into a panel window. Okay, so you have a method called add method. We have seen this add method in yesterday's program also. The first parameter will specify the component that you want to add to the panel, and second parameter will specify the uh, what we have seen in the previous one, right? The object name, the panel that you want to add, and the component that you want to add. So the first parameter is nothing but the to which panel object you want to add the component. That panel object you have to pass as first parameter, and the second parameter is nothing but whichever component, AWT component you want to add, that one you have to pass as second parameter. So now, is this the same add version that we have used in the previous program? We have earlier used two different versions of add method. Now this is a third version. Okay, so let us come back to the program. So I'm instantiating card layout using the first constructor. Then I'm instantiating the two different cards, the main OS cards panel. OS card panel is also instantiated by using the panel class constructor, the default constructor of panel class. Then after that, what I am doing for my OS cards panel, I need to set the layout. So what I am doing, I am calling the set layout method using this OS cards panel object. So this is the master panel, right, in which all the buttons and the two panels, the sub panels will be displayed, but only one panel will be displayed at a time. So the master panel object is OS cards, and I am setting the layout. I have to set the layout for this master panel only, then only this card layout will work. Okay, so by calling set layout method and passing the card layout object that we created earlier. Fine. So after that, what I am doing, I'm instantiating the check boxes. So we have created 6 check boxes, right? So out of those 6 check boxes, the first 3 check boxes, that are Windows XP, Windows 7 and Windows 8, must be added to which panel? Windows panel. And the remaining 3 must be added to the others panel. So first, before adding them to the panel, first we need to instantiate them, because we have just created the reference variables for these check boxes. We didn't instantiate them, so let us instantiate them first. So the first one is Windows XP. I'm instantiating the checkbox. The label for this checkbox will be Windows XP, and the second parameter I'm passing it as null, which indicates that this is not a checkbox group which will form a radio button, right? So these are simply checkboxes, they are not radio buttons. So I'm passing null as parameter. So we have seen this concept in the previous classes when we created checkboxes and radio buttons, right? And the second one is third one is the boolean parameter true, which indicates that by default this checkbox will be checked. And then I'm setting the font for this Windows XP by calling the set font method, so I need not give any explanation for this one. Then I'm instantiating Windows 7. The label inside that checkbox will be, for this checkbox will be Windows 7. Similarly, the second parameter is null, third parameter is false, which indicates that it is going to be unchecked by default. Then I'm setting the font for this Windows 7 also, and then finally Windows 8 is instantiated with null and false, and then the set font is called for this Windows 8 also. So after instantiating them, we need to instantiate the remaining three checkboxes also: Android, Solaris, and Mac. So in the same way, I'm instantiating all these 6 checkboxes. So out of these, only one of them is set to true by default. That means Windows XP will be checked initially. The remaining 5 checkboxes will be unchecked. But out of the 6 checkboxes, the first 3 checkboxes, Windows XP, Windows 7, and Windows 8, will be displayed in one panel, and the remaining 3 will be displayed in the another sub panel. Okay, so now that we have completed creating checkboxes, we need to add these checkboxes to 2 different panels. So first, let me create a new panel, the sub panel. I'm creating a second panel, sub panel, first sub panel for Windows here. So I'm giving the name of this panel object as WinPan, so which indicates that this panel is going to store 3 checkboxes in it, right? So after creating the panel object, using that panel object, you call the add method. Just before I've shown you in the PPT the add version method, right? So I'm calling add and passing Windows XP. Then this will add what? Windows XP checkbox to the WinPan object. Similarly, I'm calling add method for Windows 7 and Windows 8 also. So where are these 3 checkboxes for Windows XP 7 and 8 added? They are added into WinPan object. So this is the first panel, first sub panel. What is the master panel? We have created a master panel, right? So what is that? OS cards is the master panel. So we need to add this panel to the OS cards panel also. We'll do that later, but before that I'm creating the second sub panel also. This time the panel object, the second panel object name is given as other pan, and then by calling the add method, I'm adding the remaining 3 checkboxes, that is Android, Solaris, and Mac, to the other panel. So now that we have creation of panels, sub panels, we need to add these sub panels to the master panel, that is OS cards. So for that we are using the add method version in the PPT just before I have shown you, which receives 2 parameters. First one is the panel window to which you want to add this, right? Which panel you want to add to the master panel, and the second one is what is the AWT component you want to add, right? So what is the AWT component? Windows button. So I'm passing Windows here. Similarly, second one is other pan I'm adding, and for that AWT component is other. So I'm passing that as parameter, second parameter. So now we have created 3 panels. First one is OS cards, which is the master panel, and we have created 2 sub panels called WinPan and other pan. WinPan is added with 3 checkboxes: Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8 namely, and other pan is added with 3 checkboxes, namely Android, Solaris, and Mac. And then finally we have added both these sub panels to the master panel by calling the third version of the add method by using that master panel object OS cards, right? So with that we have completed creating all the panels and adding all the components to the respective panels, and we have set the layout also. Finally, what we need to do, we need to add these complete 3 panels including the master panel to the applet window. So you can do that by simply calling the add method of the applet class. So if you pass OS cards the master panel, automatically the sub panels also will be added to the applet window, because OS cards is added with the sub panels already. So if you simply call add method and pass OS cards, this will add the master panel to the applet window. When you add the master panel to the applet window, automatically the sub panels that we created, that is Windows WinPan and other pan, also will be automatically part of applet window. So now that creation and addition of all the panels and components is over, we need to register the listener interfaces. So for Win object, I'm calling add action listener method, and for other also calling registering add action listener method. Then finally I want to register for mouse listener also, so I'm calling add mouse listener interface method. So then it is time for us now to implement all the methods that are part of these two interfaces, action listener interface and mouse listener interface. So the mouse listener interface has these methods: mouse pressed, mouse clicked, mouse entered, mouse exited, mouse released till here. So out of this, I'm implementing, giving a concrete implementation only for mouse pressed. So the remaining methods I'm simply leaving them blank, because I don't want to perform any event handling for these events. So I just want to handle only the event mouse pressed. The remaining events I don't want to handle them. So that's why I left them blank. Then finally, the action listener method is action performed, which receives an action event object. So here what I'm doing, if the action event is generated by pressing the Windows button, which will have a which is nothing but win object, right? So I'm calling the get source method, which will return the button that is pressed. Its label is compared with this win. If it is equal to win, then card layout object is created, right? So which card must be showed? We must show the Windows card, right, panel. So for that you have a method called show method, which is part of card layout class. So if you call the show method and pass the master panel object as first parameter, and which panel to show, that is referred with Windows. So I'm giving this as second parameter. So then which will be displayed now? A Windows panel will be displayed, and this will display three checkboxes: Windows XP, Windows 7 and Windows 8. Else, that means if the get source is not returning win, if it is returning something else, then I'll show in the OS cards other panel. Okay. So as such, when you execute this program, when I click on Windows, what is happening? Windows, three checkboxes related to Windows operating system, namely Windows XP, Windows 7 and Windows 8 are displayed. Because we have selected Windows XP by default to be true, so this will return true. And when I click on other, it will display the remaining three. So if I click on if I press mouse somewhere in the window also, this keeps on changing alternatively. So we have created mouse pressed method also. So the card layout has a next method which will show the next card in the panel. So because we have only two panels, if you call this next method, this will show the remaining, the whichever card is next to the existing panel, that will be shown. If there are multiple, say 5 or 6, then behind this which panel is there, which the order in which we have added, in that order only the next panel objects also will be displayed on the screen. But because in our program we have only two panels created, so in the OS card panel, first one is Windows. If you are currently in Windows panel, if you press the mouse, then it will show the other panel. Okay, so that is about card layout. I hope you understood. So you can leave the class now.